Aloha and welcome to this live webinar. Aloha to light workers and healers from around the world. And welcome to Heal Yourself with Signature Cell Healing, a new monthly webinar to explore self-healing techniques and the foundational philosophy of this evolutionary healing modality pioneered by our founder, our beloved Kahu Fred Sterling. We'll be here live every third Saturday to share what's new in signature cell healing and to answer your questions. So thank you all so much for joining us today. Our topic today is Supercharge Your Healing. Discover how to tap into the power of self-healing. So before we begin, let's just everybody get centered and kind of relax there where you are. And take a nice deep breath. We're going to be taking a lot of deep breaths today. So get comfortable and take some nice deep breaths. And I'll call upon the Creator's light, the Christ light, the Goddess weave of love. Of course, our Master Guide, Kiriel, the Master Kahu Fred Sterling, and all the beautiful energies of love, our guides, our angels, our guardian lights, and the higher selves of signature cell healers around the world, all the light workers of love, to join us etherically in this webinar, to bring forth the healing and the light, to bring forth the signature cell healing for our great shift in consciousness now. So we pray now that everything go through this webinar in the most beautiful way, and we offer it for the highest light of love for everyone's healing as we go through this great shift in consciousness. And I'm humbly grateful for everyone that's coming here and listening on the recording. We offer this prayer from our hearts in love. Amen. Okay, so there we are, centered for this webinar. And, you know, please raise your hand anytime. You can do that little thing where you raise your hand in the window, or just put your question in the chat, because I'd like to start out by talking about signature cell healing. And some of you know signature cell healing. You've taken signature cell healing workshops from Kahu, and some of you might be responding to the email that went out to the new signature cell healing list. So there's a special newsletter list now on the signaturecellhealing.com website that you can sign up for to get all the updates on what's going on, because it's looking like a good year to begin doing the in-person workshops again. So if you're interested in attending a workshop or hosting a workshop, please email me at Karinna@signaturecellhealing.com or KarinnaNielsen.com. And we're going to put the requests together and start to look at where we can do the new level 1. So Rao says she's new to this modality, and I know that Rao, there are signature cell healers in Holland, because some of the people that Kahu taught over the years went back to Holland and started teaching signature cell healing. What I'm teaching since, let me just introduce myself. Why am I talking here? I'm talking here because for about a little over 25 years, I studied and worked with Kahu Fred Sterling. Now, Kahu Fred transitioned into the light and released from his physical body this past November, which is a big transition for us, and of course for him too, because he's working with us from the other side. And it's such a beautiful experience. Of course, it's not the same as having Kahu here, and I'm getting used to that just like everybody. But in 2017, after many years of traveling with Kahu, because I was his workshop promoter and book publisher, And so for many years, I was organizing those workshops. So if you were at those workshops, you might have seen me standing in the back, holding up signs, or talking to the host, or, you know, helping with the healing. I estimate over the years, I attended about 54 to 55 workshops with Kahu Fred Sterling and created most of those. So I know the workshops, and when Kahu decided as he got older to step back from doing in-person workshops, I asked him, you know, would it be okay with you if I went out now and did workshops? So he, in 2017, said, okay, and offered me the management of Signature Cell Healing. And he said, before you go out, and this was before the pandemic hit, right? So we thought we had some time. Before you go out, we need to update everything. So if you've taken Signature Cell Healing before, there's updates to Signature Cell Healing that Kahu put through in the last 5 years of his life. So that might be good for you, Uka, because you're all brand new to it. So there's a lot of new stuff that's coming through. And that's why I'm looking forward to going out and doing the workshops, because Kahu knew that we are in the great shift in consciousness. And it's time for all of us to start to become, I'm just trying to see who I need to mute here. Somebody coughing. There we go. That we're coming into this great shift in consciousness. And can you feel it? I mean, raise your hand. Yes. I mean, there's so much going on. I mean, just in the physical world of the actual, I think we have someone else from Holland coming in. The actual physical world that we're experiencing, all the conflicts, all the natural disasters, those kind of things, of course, that's what we see, and we see in our day-to-day world. But what about the emotional aspect of our lives, our relationships, things that are happening that, you know, Kahu leaving the earth plane, that was pretty emotional for all of us, and we're having to shift. So there's that, there's the mental stress. We talk a lot about people's mental health now. So yes, we're in a great shift in consciousness. And what Kahu Fred knew before he left his physical body, right? Because a great healer, a great master healer like Kahu Fred Sterling is not just taking his hands off the earth plane. You know, he's still here working with us. And if you don't believe me, just call on him in meditation and see what you can communicate with Kahu and Master Guide Kirill, because this is the great shift that they talked about for 30 to 35 years. They were talking about this great shift in consciousness. And now here we are. Signature Cell Healing is the healing modality or the healing method for this great shift in consciousness. And that's something that Master Kirill and Kahu always said. And I really see that now. My great shift really went to a new level last year when I got diagnosed with an illness that just kind of came out of nowhere. And you might be thinking, oh, wow, you look great and I can't believe it. But a lot of people might be getting these illnesses that kind of come suddenly now. And why is that? That might be because this is the incarnation that we chose to come in and heal everything that we wanted to heal, because we're not coming back. Many of us as light workers and healers, we don't want to come back again to do another earth journey, because earth will be really different after the great shift, and we might come back in a different kind of embodiment. It's really the last chance to heal a lot of the bottom line lesson plans. So when I got diagnosed with arthritis and osteoporosis. And when it got diagnosed, I was really shocked. But it was really debilitating for me at that moment because I was having a lot of trouble walking. I was in a lot of pain, and I'm not used to that. I'm used to doing signature cell healing and not being in pain. So I started to apply what I learned from Kahu Fred Sterling to help me heal the osteoporosis and the arthritis. And I'm doing it. And as I speak to you today, I'm not in pain. I can do a very pleasant 30-minute walk, no problem. And I feel really good, but I'm not stopping. I know this is something that is my big healing journey. And so what I'm using is signature cell healing to guide me through it. And that's what I suggest for you. So let's try this breathing technique that is so fundamental to signature cell healing. Now, why do you suppose the breathing is so important in signature cell healing or any healing modality? I'm really convinced that any healing method, you've got to be breathing. And why is that? I will tell you why. It is because it moves the energy. So when you breathe in, you're breathing in signature cell healing through your nose. And I thought I knew breathing before I learned this from Kahu, but I didn't know breathing. You're breathing in these golden particles as you imagine it above your crown chakra. And then you breathe in like a dolphin breath. You draw those golden particles in down into your crown chakra in the top of your head. And then you allow that energy to come down into your heart. You lock the energy there, and then you exhale through your mouth, and that energy moves. Now, when you put your hands on your body and you breathe like that, it moves the energy into your body. And if you're healing anybody else, it's going to move the energy into that person as well. But let's just talk about us for today, for ourselves. It moves the energy and it focuses it. So what it really helps is if you have an intention for your healing. We're going to talk about that today. I have a client right now, for example, that comes, and there's no men on this webinar right now, but men have other challenges sometimes. And they seem to be a little bit more in their mental body than their emotional body. And so he might just be avoiding a few things that are in his emotional body that he might need to heal. And it's not just men. I mean, we do that too. And I've done it before in my life too, that we manifest these emotional things, relationships, anger with somebody and blaming somebody else. I mean, these are aspects of our emotional body that we might be avoiding and then we go up into our mental body. We're talking about a 4-body healing modality with signature cell healing: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. So we're not just a physical being. We are a 4-body being of light. And we come into this embodiment, this physical embodiment, but there's also an emotional body that is outside of the physical body, and then a mental body and a spiritual body that connects us into the all that is. So I'm kind of giving you some of the foundational philosophy of signature cell healing. We can't just work with the physical body. So if you have some kind of an ailment, like me, I can't just work on the physical of whatever diagnosis that I get. I need to go into my emotional body and my mental body, or even my spiritual body, to understand, where did this come from? It started out in the spiritual body, it dropped down into the mental body, and it came into the emotional body. Now, if I didn't heal it until then, if I didn't recognize what the lesson is for me, it's going to drop into my physical body. And there I will have to heal with signature cell healing backwards. So we'll put the light into our body if we're doing the self-healing, right? Or if you're in, you're doing it with someone else. So let's just say ourselves, for example. Then the light vibrates the cells and the energy starts to move out into the emotional body and into the mental. And you'll start to recognize things. Now, this person I was talking about before, this man, said to me after the healing, I got down with the light into the cells and didn't tell him I was doing that, but it got into his emotional body and to his mental body. And he said to me in a phone call afterwards, "What did you do? I'm starting to feel things shifting." So he didn't really know what was happening, and he doesn't have to know right now. But what's going to happen is he's going to start to maybe have dreams, or he's going to start to have awarenesses of what he needs to look at in his life, in his emotional body, in his relationships, in his thought patterns. So that's how subtle the healing can be. But if we move with it, right? If we follow, I always like to say, follow the breadcrumbs, see this next step. And pretty soon you're healing, you're feeling better. Your relationships are better. Your thoughts are better. So let's take a look at this breathing, because this is the breathing that Kahu Fred Sterling used to heal himself after he had the stroke in 2006. So in 2006, Kahu Fred had this massive stroke, and you can read about it in the book right here. I hope you can see it. Everybody can see the book. Okay, so you can get this book by itself as an ebook on the SignatureCellHealing.com online store, or you can get the bundle, and that's how you can start doing signature cell healing on yourself and, frankly, other people if you like, because everything's in that bundle to start learning how to do signature cell healing. But he had that stroke, and he wrote about it in the book. And when he had the stroke, he was in the ICU, so the intensive care unit, and he was just lying there, and 2 doctors woke in. He was not moving. He could not move. This is how massive the stroke was, right? And 2 doctors walked in, a man and a woman, and he was conscious, but he wasn't moving. And of course, he could hear what the doctors were saying. And they said, "Oh, this is a typical stroke victim. He's not going to speak anymore. He's not going to probably have trouble walking, and he probably won't, be able to really have good cognition." And he heard that. He was so alarmed that they were talking about him, and he couldn't believe it because he could still understand what was going on. And so at that moment, he had already developed signature cell healing. So he used his own healing modality to heal himself. And that was the big shift in signature cell healing. So if you took signature cell healing before 2006, he really changed it after that. And then again in 2018. So this is an evolutionary healing modality. But in that, just to continue the story, he started breathing. That's all he could do. All he could do was breathe. And he started using this breathing technique that I'm going to show you now to heal himself. And we can do it too now for whatever we need. And it puts us on the path to discovering what we need to know about how to heal ourselves. He started breathing. He was in the ICU for, I think, 3 days. The next step in the story is that he could see that he could move his toe, one of his toes. He noticed, looked down, he could move his toes, but that was it. And so he just kept breathing, and he called in the spirit guidance in his mind. He couldn't speak, and he couldn't speak for actually months after that. But he was able, with that breathing and with the healing that the people did coming in to the hospital, signature cell healing on him, he was able to heal himself and get up and come out of the hospital after 3 days. So that's why we call it Kahu Fred Sterling's 3 days of darkness. And he came back to work within about a month and a half after that. He came back to work, and we were all just amazed. He was having trouble speaking for about another month, but as you know, he was the medium for Master Guide Kirill, so speaking was very, very important for him. So he healed himself with this particular breathing technique. So, I mean, what's not to like about that? And it's really an effective way of beginning our healing journey, whatever it is. So let me show you, and I'm going to get real fancy here, and I'm going to do a little screen share. And I want to show you what this looks like. You're going to love this. Everybody see that? Oh, no, not yet. How's that? Got it? Okay, so I'll run it again. But here's the healing, the exhale, it goes to your palms. All right, so Kahu made this. Okay, let me go back. Let's see, I don't want to be too fancy here. Let's see. Okay, I think I can do this again. Okay, so that's the breath. I want to go back. There we go. Am I going back? Right, here we go. So the golden particles on your crown chakra, you inhale, goes through the pineal down to your heart, you lock the breath, and you exhale the breath, it goes down your arms into your palms. And when you do this 5 breath self-healing meditation, you're going to place your hands on 5 different parts of your body. The crown, your eyes, your heart muscle, the 3rd chakra, which is near your stomach, and the 2nd chakra down in the pubic area. But what I want to do with you today is just the breathing, because it's so powerful and you can do it anywhere at any time. So let's look at what it is. So the healing breath is the inhalation. It's the smooth inhale of the golden particles into the crown chakra and down through the pineal gland in white light. So you're going to bring the golden particles in, and you don't have to, you know, in the beginning, don't get technical about it. Just breathe, just breathe, but just know this is what's going on, right? The golden particles, there's where you start. You imagine them, and they look like little, like glitter, like glitter. And then you breathe in, bring it through the pineal gland, which is in the center of your head. And in there is the signature cell. And the signature cell carries the blueprint of your life plan for this lifetime and other lifetimes as well. So you're activating your life plan, and it's going to bring up all the things that you need to heal, or the love for yourself that you need to do this healing. So you're breathing in, goes through the pineal gland, and at that point it changes to white light. And then you keep breathing, inhale down to the heart chakra, right in the middle of your chest, and you lock it there. And that's where, in that moment, you weave the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies together, right in that moment, in the lock. And there's a space between the inhale and the exhale that is pure magic. You can get that feeling when you do that lock of your heart expanding. It's so wonderful. Just try it. It's so fantastic. Your heart is just expanding. And, you can hold it there if you like, just feel it. But when you're ready for the exhale, you exhale controlled. Kahu always used to go, and it was audible, sending the white light now from the heart chakra up to your shoulders, and then down your arms and out your palms. So you can just, as we're practicing this breathing today, you can just place your hands on your lap and just feel the light come out of your hands, and know that when you're ready to do it on your physical body, if you have a pain anywhere, you can just put your right palm down on it, on your body, and the left palm on top. And when you exhale, it's going to go into your body, and you can breathe there 5 times to heal yourself. It's a great tool to have. If you have if you have pain in your hip, I do that on my hip, where the arthritis got diagnosed, and I can do it on my back. If my back is stiff, I can do it on a knee. If I have, any knee anywhere, headache, So let's go back and look again. Oh, but went the right way. Yeah. Okay. So here it is again. Inhale, golden particles, white light in the pineal, and then it comes down to the heart. You exhale, and it goes out your palms. Okay, I'm going to run it again one more time, and then we're going to try it together. Okay, so here's your inhale. Heart, where you weave those 4 bodies together. And then exhale. Does that bring up any questions for anyone? Because the slide goes really fast. That this is just the technique of breathing that is foundational for signature cell healing. And all signature cell healers know this from the beginning, really. But when Kahu had the stroke in 2006, and when he developed the 5 breath self-healing meditation, this is when he really got specific about how the breathing works and what you're activating as you do the breathing. Now, like I said, don't worry about the technicalities. Don't get too mental about it. It is just important to know that you're healing yourself by doing this. And when you heal yourself, you heal other people around you too. Think about that, because that's pretty cool. When you're healing yourself, you're healing other people. You'll see it. If you focus on yourself and your own healing, things are going to start to shift around you and things will change. That's the nature of signature cell healing. In the church where Kahu was the senior minister, and I go every first and third Sunday, Honolulu Church of Light, our motto is heal the self, heal the world. So if you want to know more about the 5 breath self-healing meditation, I do it every time there's a Sunday service. I stand up and I demonstrate it. So please join me tomorrow at the Honolulu Church of Light online. You can come online. It's 9 a.m. Hawaii. So that's the same time as we started here today in your time zone. Just go to HonoluluChurchOfLight.com, or you can go to Kahu Fred Sterling's YouTube channel, and they have the live link there, or on his Facebook. That is the 5 breath self-healing meditation. This is a type of breathing that we do for that. And that is also in the self-healing resource bundle that I was talking about before, that's available at signaturecellhealing.com. You can get the resource bundle, and you get this video that we're looking at today. This is just the beginning of it. And it shows, Kahu shows you, and then there's a voiceover telling you, how to do it. There's a meditation video, and there's an ebook just for the 5 breath self-healing meditation in that bundle too, which you can also get separately, but it's nice to have everything together, right? So let's look at that one more time. golden particles. Inhale through the pineal, turns to white light, weave the 4 bodies in the heart, exhale, and it comes out your palms. So I'm going to stop the share now. We'll come back. Everybody, I'm back. All right. So I want to try that with you now that I'm facing you, and we'll just try it one more time, and then we'll look at the first step of the 5 breath self-healing meditation, because I'm not sure if we'll have any more time. But first of all, are there any questions about the breathing or anything that I said about signature self-healing and anything like that? All right. So take your right palm and place it on top of your head, and then place the left palm on top. Now take one of those breaths again. Now, same thing. Breathe in, lock the breath. Exhale. Now feel the light go through your palms into your head, and keep breathing here. Breathe here 5 times. And when you do, you're going to send each breath, first breath into your whole head. Keep breathing. Another breath is going to go into your frontal lobes. Deep breaths now, yeah. And then the next breath goes, the third breath goes into your memory centers in the midbrain. And another breath back to the hindbrain. And this is where we have the fight, flight, or freeze reflex. So light up that area of the brain. And the 5th breath just goes into your whole head and just soothing, centering white light. How does that feel? Isn't that fantastic? Okay, so if you're ready, we're going to go to the eyes, and the eyes are a little different. The way it's done in the self-healing meditation is you take your 2 fingers, the middle finger and the index finger, place them on your closed eyelids, and the breathing is the same. Just breathe in, lock the breath. Now send the light through your fingers and light up your eyeballs, the whole socket, your whole eyes, and just see that white light go into your eyes. Your eyes, keep breathing there, 5 breaths. The eyes, the cells in your eyes change every 48 hours. So you've got new cells coming into your eyes, so you can light them up and program your cells to be healing and in balance. So your breath here continues to go into the eyes, over the retina with the cones and the rods. So keep pushing the light back now, over the retina, back to the optic nerve. Keep breathing real deep breaths back to the vagus nerve in the back of your head. Breathe back to the vagus nerve, and now breathe down the vagus nerve. It goes, parallels your spine. It goes all the way down your spine, and that vagus nerve touches all the organs in your body. So just feel that light circulating now. You might start to feel that, you know, now it's really moving, right? So that your 5 breaths there, right? Create that flow all through your nervous system, through the eye sockets and down. Now, when you're ready, we're going to go to the 3rd hand placement and do 5 breaths at the heart muscle. So over here on the left side of your chest, put your right palm down and point your thumb up. your thumbs are pointing up towards your neck, and the palms are covering your heart muscle. Now breathe in and exhale, lock it and exhale 5 breaths through your heart muscle. And as you breathe, direct the light through the heart, now up through your thumbs into your thymus in the middle of your chest. The thymus is where we have a lot of the past life memories, our childhood memories. So through the heart, up, and also through your thumbs to the thymus. Light up also your lungs and your thyroid up here in the top of your chest. Keep breathing through the heart. And we're going to light up the lymphatic system in this upper part of our bodies. All the lymph nodes are all in this area, up in your neck and through the armpits. And take another breath here and light up both breasts. Light up the whole chest area. Okay, that's your 5 breaths there. Now I'm going to kind of tip. When you're done there with the 5 breaths, we're going to go to the stomach, which is the 3rd chakra. Right palm down, left palm on top. And it's the same breathing. Breathe 5 breaths through your stomach and just feel the relaxation in this area of your body where we carry a lot of the tension. Breathe in through the stomach and send the light over to the liver and to the pancreas. And just light up those organs in the right side of your body, in the center, pancreas and liver. Keep breathing through the stomach and send the light back to your kidneys. Light up the kidneys. And just feel the relaxation. Take another breath through the stomach and light up the gallbladder and the spleen and all the other organs that we find in this part of our body. Another breath through the stomach and send it down into the small intestine. And just feel this soothing white light healing all this area, getting into the cells. Very relaxing, very deep breaths. When you're ready, we go, and I'm going to tip down a little bit more and stand up more, to the 2nd chakra, which is like way down here. 2nd chakra, right above the pubic bone, the pubic symphysis. So breathe through the 2nd chakra into this whole area where we've got a lot of the major systems of our body. And feel the light circulating now. Breathe and send the light through the 2nd chakra and into your digestive tract, into the colon, and all the way through to the rectum. And breathe in and breathe out again through this area and send the light into your reproductive organs, into the uterus, for us ladies, the uterus, and the cervix, all these areas, major part of our reproductive system. For the men, into the prostate. Keep breathing and breathe now into your bladder and your urinary tract. And just feel that light circulating there. And you can go, when you finish those five healing breaths at these different places, you can always go back to a place where you'd like. You can go up here to your thymus. You can go to the side of your head if you feel like you're getting a headache or ear aches. Anything. It's perfect. It's such a great healing technique, and it's self-healing. We can do it on ourselves. We can do it anywhere. I do this 2 to 3, usually 3 times a day, morning, after lunch, and in the evening. It starts my meditation. So I'll do the 5 breath self-healing meditation, and then I'll go into, what you might call like I call a regular meditation. So I'll go into my safe space and communicate with my guidance, and then I'll do an automatic writing afterwards to get more guidance. So there's so much we can do to heal ourselves and to get our own guidance. I know people like to go to psychics, they like to go to astrologers, they like to go to, and I like giving readings. I like giving all kinds of readings, right? Which you could sign up for on my website. But for healing, we could start healing ourselves. I also like to do signature cell healings, distance and local. But, there's times when you have an accident, or you're getting a headache, or, keep yourself tuned up every day with the 5 breath self-healing meditation. And this is the beginning of the new signature cell healing, because we also start our healing on other people with the 5 breath self-healing meditation. So it's really good to know. Does that bring up any questions for anybody as we're doing it? Wendy, go ahead. Let me unmute you. Here you go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Karinna. I've been getting healings from you now for about maybe 4 months, and it's been amazing. And it's really sort of a joy to understand a little bit about what's going on, because I've just been receiving, not thinking too much and feeling these changes. But may I ask you, because I've had panic attacks since I was 13. And so is that was the back of the brain? So if you do this breathing, would you do more breathing into that specific area?
Yes. Good idea. Yes, I would. And I also, that is the fight, flight, or freeze, right? One of the last breaths of the crown, when you're at your crown. So you go back there, you feel that ridge, right? Back in there. But I also would do my heart, right? My heart chakra. I would go right to my heart chakra also and breathe there at 5 times, and even go up to the thymus, because a lot of times those things that we're panicking about come from things in our childhood, things that might have happened to us in past lives, right? A lot of the healers we're all previous witches, right, from other lifetimes. They used to call healers witches, right? Come on. So we're all, healing a lot of that stuff from past lives. And people think, well, yeah, come on, that's really woo-woo, Karinna, but we are. And that's what I found out in my healing, that this whole thing with the osteoporosis and the arthritis relates to so many of my past lives that I want to heal it right here, right now. So yeah, Wendy, I would go into your heart area. This is considered the high heart, right? The thymus. And it has actually, the heart has the green, also pink is seen here at the heart chakra, but there's also the high heart has a bit of a aqua blue color, which would relate to your goddess color, right? So goddess light is always really fun to bring in for healing, right? If you know your goddess color, and I do readings for goddess, luminary goddess readings, so you can learn what your color is. Mine's purple. Wendy's an aqua goddess. Aldi is a green goddess. So that is helpful with healing, because that represents our love, and we can bring that into our healing light. So Wendy, I hope that helps. And I really appreciate your healing sessions, because you give such great feedback. I love it. Yeah. You got any other questions for today? All right, before we go, I always want to keep the webinars to about 45 minutes to an hour, but before we go, I always like to do a meditation. So I want to do a short visualization. And this visualization, meditation, call it what you want, I'm going to have you create a vision for your healing. I want you to feel and take all the limits off, and don't resist in your mind saying something like, I could never do that, or that would never happen, or those people will never do that, or whatever you want to block or put limits on the potentials of you as a conscious creator, because we're all creators, and we are creating our lives one thought at a time, and we're working through that blueprint that we brought here to heal. So let's release the limits, and I ask you to just start breathing like we were doing. You just take some nice deep breaths, and let the light come in, like we've talked about, the golden particles and the white light at your heart. Just release it and feel yourself just in this comfortable bubble of light that you've created now with all this beautiful breathing. And as you breathe, start to see before you this vision begin to appear. And I want you to bring your awareness down to your heart. And in your heart, create this weave now. It's a weave, and it goes like in a figure eight. So it goes from your head down to your heart, and then it weaves back up to your head and into your heart. And in your heart, what you know is what you truly want to do to heal, what you want your life to be like in this lifetime. The most beautiful life experience. So I want you to start to feel that in your heart. If there were no limits, if there was nobody saying you can't do that, it's not possible, what could you do? What could you heal? What would your body feel like right now? What would it be like to be pain-free? What would it be like to have beautiful, loving relationships? What would it feel like to have a stress-free life and not panic or not be afraid? And just draw that picture. Just feel it in your heart. What does it look like for you? And create a vision, a possibility of what your life would be like. Would you be walking on the beach? Would you be walking in the forest, riding a bicycle? Would you be doing things with your family? Just imagine that vision and allow that weave with your mind to consciously create this beautiful vision of healing, and hold it in your heart. And know that as you do the breathing and as you do your signature cell healing journey, you're walking towards this vision one breath at a time, one step at a time. Always believe that everything can be healed. Just like Kahu always said, everything can be healed in love. So what we're creating here is this bubble of healing light and love for you, for yourself. So now feel the love for yourself without judgment, without saying, well, this is not right or that's not right. Everything is perfect. Just feel the love of who you are right now and know you deserve to have your beautiful vision of love. And later, if you feel like writing it down, go ahead, but hold that in your heart. And that's what we're going to be working with in our webinars, your vision of healing. So breathe once again. See the vision, see your happiness, see the beauty, the abundance in your life, the peace, the love, harmony, and all the grace. And slowly come back to your chair now. Draw your energy down into your feet, into where you're sitting, into your chair. And gradually come back to join us again. Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay, so if you have, with your vision now, what you've created, write it down. That will be your mastermind statement. Create whatever it was you were feeling, just write it down. Create a mastermind statement in the present tense. So I am, there is, right? Not there will be, but there is. And that will be like your mastermind statement. And we'll work with that in this, in our webinar, because one of the very important aspects of signature cell healing are the 10 principles of consciously creating. So we're going to weave in this in our next webinar, the conscious, why do we, what is the numerology? What is the 10 principles? And you'll find some really powerful tools of self-healing. So with that, mahalo to everyone today. And I'll look forward to seeing you next month. Well, actually, the next webinar is on March 4th. And that is the Heart to Spirit Connections webinar, where we'll be talking about the monthly energies for March. Then that same night, please join us for the Global Healing Meditation for Mother Earth. And that information is on my website at KarinnaNielsen.com. Everybody all around the world does it at 9 p.m. your local time. And our next Signature Cell Healing webinar will be on March 18th, the third Saturday. And I'm looking forward to your questions. So email me at KarinnaNielsen.com or Karinna@signaturecellhealing.com. Okay. Aloha, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for being here. Aloha.